We are here with the team at TMG, Caddy Boys collaboration with Lou as well, blowing up on TikTok. You say it.
MCPT Solutions.
This gentleman's just bought a caddy.
Oh, even better.
Bought a lovely blackberry. So he said he wanted to stick around and
get involved. And I suppose that leads us on to this. This is kind of the first ever sit-down chat that we've done with TMG. We've done a few videos around here, but I thought it'd be good to get the backstory of how TMG started, basically, and how it evolved.
It's like very cool you've actually managed to pin us down. I do get asked a lot, to be honest with you. People do say to me, where did it all come from? And how have you gone so strong in such a short time? But initially, I set Trade Motor Group up, selling sort of cheap cars, affordable cars, anything under £2,000. Probably did that for a year, did okay. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A couple of grand a week home, you're living okay. My friend, he had a Volkswagen Caddy, which just so it happens is the picture there.
Yeah, we got the picture of that.
I still remember the reg, Alpha Juliet 11. He called me, said, Anton, I'm selling my Caddy. I said, all right, cool. Bearing in mind, I was a man that would buy anything, buy and sell anything. So I said, how much do you want for it? He said to me, I want, will you buy a car for me £5 grand? I said, all right, cool. I'll give you £5.5 grand. Because I thought, if we buy a car offering him £5 grand, there's definitely
it's retail.
a margin in it. So anyway, £5.5 grand, deal done. Shook his hand, he dropped it off. At the time, especially in the trade sort of industry, in motor trade, we either sell vans or we sell cars. Not many people mix it up.
Yeah.
So at that time, I was in that mind frame of, well, we only sell cars. So what I will do is put it in my trade groups, because I'm in various trade groups where traders operate, WhatsApp groups, etc. I thought, you know what, I'll put it in for, I don't know, 6.5, make a quick grand. Everyone was replying to me saying, you'll never get that, mate. That's retail money and this and that. So I put it on my website. I think it was for £7,000. Quick 1,500 quid in and out. My friend had already put a few basic bits on it. He put a set of wheels on it, a set of sidebars, lowering springs, and seat covers. Now, I know I always say now, especially, we don't do them vans. So yeah, looked nice. It was sort of your makeshift van. So nothing special. In a nutshell, I put it on the website as it was, with his mods, and it sold within the hour. I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit crazy. Like, everyone was saying to me it's too much money on my trade groups. Bearing in mind, I was new to the motor trade industry because my background's property.
Yeah.
So obviously the property took a backseat. They just tied over. I just wanted something that was free up my time a little bit more.
Yeah.
However, it's totally opposite now. I don't have no time as it is. Sometimes I think, why have I done it?
At that time, did you know about the caddy scene, the transporter scene?
I touched on the transporter scene, but never into the depth and detail that I know it as now. Because now, mate, it's a different ballgame. What I will say is the caddy scene, especially with my groups on Facebook, which is nearly 400,000 members combined. I think that's brought the scene closer together as well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. I just think it's interesting when you say it, because there is a difference between a caddy work van, panel van, to a custom
What I always
caddy.
say to people is, when they go to sell us a van, and it's very well known throughout sort of the caddy industry and the community, if your van is the right colour, with the right spec, air conditions are first. If your van's not got AC, we're not really interested in buying it. Colour plays a major factor. Tailgate, gearbox and xenons. If your van's been modified, so for example, if you've modified your van, if it's done tastefully, then I will consider it. But we don't buy vans that have been modified a number of years ago. We like to do everything in-house, but obviously by our own team, which we can then stand on the quality of. Do you get me?
Yeah.
When we paint a bumper, we know it's not going to drop back in 6 months or flake in 6 months.
Yeah.
Whereas Jim down the road, he's done it for his mate on a cheap on a Saturday.
In a tent.
Would have cut corners.
Yeah.
And then we sell that van, it makes us look bad.
So at what point did you realise, actually, there is a scene here that nobody's really...
So when that sold within the same hour, I thought, that's a bit weird. Everyone's telling me it's too expensive. It's just a white van. So then I bought 2, and I called my friend. I said, where'd you get them wheels and sidebars from? He sent me the link. It's all off eBay. Did 2 the same, and they sold again within the same day. I thought, what am I missing here? So then I've really owned into it. So I've researched the market. I think I found 3 other firms doing them. But as nice as their vans were, not what we create here today.
Yeah.
So standards totally separate. And what I will say, and I'm very confident in saying this, these other firms that I've watched, they have now upped their standards to meet our expectations, because they know that we dominate the market in the caddy scene.
Yeah.
People out there, obviously, who do engine conversions and all that, that's down to them. But as a supplying dealer who sells modified caddies,
because you've got people out there that are doing engine conversions. You've got people who are well known for doing that kind of stuff.
Dominate the market, I mean selling
from a van that is sold, it's rolling out like as if it was from factory, essentially.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
Out of sort of the dealers who sell them, we are definitely at the top.
Biggest thing for us is our facilities. Our facilities are better than majority of main dealers and independents. We have everything in house. Like everything.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we've had a walk round today and seen
we've got
the body shop.
Whereas majority of main dealers don't have their own body shop attachment.
No.
They don't have the option to wheels. Obviously, we get our wheels in, but it's everything's here. It's controlled from here, from when it lands on site to when it goes through the body shop to when it gets serviced to when it gets machine polished, valeted to handover. The only thing we outsource is MOTs. We're fully set up to do our own MOTs. We could do it, but we just choose not to.
I suppose you run the risk, don't you, with an MOT?
Of course. Of course. That's why we don't. We're fully set up to go to be able to do MOTs, but we choose not to.
Yeah, I get that.
So you get that peace of mind that for a customer buying a vehicle that someone else has cast their eye over it, not just us from start to finish. Whereas you'll get John down the road that's got an MOT station and then fire it through.
Yeah.
It's not where we want to be.
We prefer to send the van to an independent MOT station who will try and pull it apart so that they can get the labour and work to do it. Because that way we know it's going out 100% to our customer. Whereas if it's in-house, there may be a question of, that shouldn't really pass. We're just not interested.
So on top, I do believe that, like, the TNG story, everyone, you had a vision though, didn't you?
Correct.
Yeah, and you followed through with the vision.
So vision was to create the best custom caddies on the road.
Yeah. So some
and
people
I
have
think that's
visions,
what we do very well.
Yeah, and because people like to just say, no, that's not going to work, but you've got to stick to the vision.
Absolutely,
and And this is where the TNG story is, because you stuck to the vision and it's gone.
That's 2 years of 7 days a week. Which people don't see.
It's a belief though, isn't it?
I've known Anton for 10 years. If Anton ever was buying a van that was north of the border, he'd always say, go and cast your eye over it, can you check it? Do you know what I mean? And I would, because we buy privately majority of the time. Pay a bit more money, but you pay for what you get. Because you've got the service history to back it, you've got the individual that's looked after it from start to finish with organised transport, which is another huge part of our business.
Yeah, of course it is.
So it's 2 years of 7 days a week, which people don't realise.
They don't see that side of it, do they?
See that. It's built to have a vision of what Mikey said, of a vision of putting the best vans on the road. The hard work and determination to. He's one of the worst when it comes to trusting people that he doesn't know, because he wants everything to be controlled. It used to be in here that you wouldn't employ anybody that he didn't know.
He didn't know.
And he couldn't vouch for. If I didn't know you, you're not. Doesn't matter how good you are. You're not getting in the door. Whereas the full business model changed, because at the end of the day there is really experienced people out there that are so good.
Of course there is.
So you need to, obviously, when the business changed, that whole element of the business changed. It's built a monster. Everybody in here plays a part. They pull, and they're all very experienced in their own fields of what they do. Of taking a chance and going, right, okay, I'm getting slaughtered in trade groups, getting kicked out of trade groups, because that's what they do. They just kick you out.
I love seeing someone self-made. I think it's brilliant. You know, when you see someone who's self-made, they've got their own little business, and there's nothing better, I can imagine, to employing people. You're changing somebody's life in that sense, aren't you? You're putting a roof over their head, food in on their table. Nobody sees that. They don't see the blood, sweat and tears that came before that. You might have bought that van with the last five or six grand that you had.
Correct.
And you could have been going home that night being like, oh my God, if this doesn't work out.
We do that every day. And that it touches on that of Anton spending $5,500 on a market he doesn't know. And he's taking a leap of faith going, right, cool. But we have that challenge every day when he goes, what do you think of this? And I'm going, yeah, no. And we've bought some really good vans that sell, and some that take a wee while.
Testament to that, you did that camper that took a little bit. To be honest with you, when you did that camper, I thought that's flying out.
Yeah, that was sort of a.
It took a little bit longer, that didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because it was a market that's not really been done.
Yeah.
That's the 5% market. That camper.
And it sold. It sold. I've met the guy. The guy come to one of our meets the other month.
Nice.
He turned up at the motorist, and so it sold. But yeah, it's that.
That's the thing. It's like touching into the Mark 5 market. Everybody has their own pros and cons of the Mark 5. But I have some customers that only want a Mark 5, not interested in the Mark 4. I've got another van that's here just now, another van that's going to Scotland. It's not on the website, and it's sold because he wants a Mark 5.
I was going to say, are you dipping your toe? Are you going to?
We've always dipped our toes since they came out.
We've always had the one odd couple around or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just our bread and butter's Mark 4s.
Yeah, of course
So
it is.
That's what the demand's for.
That's what the
And they're
brand's
still
built
relative-
on. That's what the TMG name has its name.
Yeah, but the Mark,
Building the best Mark 4s on the road.
the Mark 4s are ULEZ.
It's the last of the true Volkswagen.
And they're still relatively new, aren't they? If you get a 66 plate.
No, you can. They go up to 70. So you've still got a 70. You can get a 70, and it's a 66 onwards.
66 onwards,
You
yeah.
get a 66. I think you can actually get some 16s.
65s.
65.
They're on the crossover, so some of them have a 1.6.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
they do.
so you
they
get
have
like
to-
a 16, 65.
Check carefully with them ones.
So that's when we obviously, if we get offered to buy one or whatever, we'll look at it and make sure it's still the 2 litre because we only sell 2 litre.
2 litres.
But I'm sure Anton will touch on like those engines.
So the 1.6s, when I used to sell them all day, every day, I literally to a few customers said, "There's a chat." I'm quite a morally correct guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only do right. So if I'm going to sit here and take, I don't know, 15 grand of your money, I'm going to say to you, look, mate, the 1.6 engine isn't great. However, it's the injector, so there is a chance that one may go on your way home. And the amount of times that people called me and said, Anton, you was right, it's gone on the way home. I'd drive there myself and swap the injector where they were. Because they're very simple to do.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. But yeah, at one time I thought, you know what, if you buy a Caddy, I'm going to give you a free injector.
Just give it, free injector with every purchase of a 1.6. Yeah. It's just an interesting one with the Mark 5 because obviously at some point a Mark 4 is going to get too old for you boys. It is, isn't it?
Become a Mark 5.
It is because it's going to get to that point where because you've got your kind of standards with the mileage, with the age, with the stuff.
The thing
that's
for
on
us
it.
is we're looking for something that gives us a peace of mind to sell on.
Yeah.
For us, we're built on selling quality, delivering quality, and making sure that you're selling something that a customer could potentially sell on in the future. A lot of the customers are buying vehicles to keep for life. Whereas some people are only keeping for a couple of years, change, step into something new. So we buy the specs that everybody wants. Anton touched on it. I call it the 4 boxes. You get those 4 boxes. That's the Rolls Royce of Caddies.
You never lose it.
You're never
Tailgate, aircon,
Xenons.
Xenons,
Blackberry,
DSG.
Blackberry Pure Grey. They're the two
Blackberry
ones
Pure Grey. Yeah.
Xenons, DSG, and Tailgate. That's the
dream
4.
spec.
Because when you're buying DSG, you get aircon. It's a Highline it tends to be, so you're getting the spec that comes with it. But having those 4, we're selling vans like that before they even hit the website.
A lot of people see Caddies in general and think, we'll put some more sidebars on it, wheels, we'll do a few bits to it, and it'll sell for crazy money.
No, that's not.
But you got it all wrong. You fully got it all wrong. Tailgate, the Xenons. But the problem that comes with them vans is people who own them vans know what they've got. So they know it's not a white start line that may or may not have AC. So they demand the premium.
Of course
so
it is.
We have to sort of try and do what we do to keep it all budget friendly and then sell it. If you bring me a white start line that's got AC, say it's done 50,000 miles, and the same van in Blackberry, which has got DSG and a tailgate.
Like Mikey's van.
Yeah, like Mikey's.
His van will be worth a fortune in years to come
because it's the spec, it's the right spec.
Straight away, between them 2 variations, there's at least 5-6 grand on the value. So if we had the 2 same vans, that same year, same mileage, same everything, at least.
We are not interested in selling 100 vans a month like other dealers that stock X amount
numbers
of
game.
It's not a numbers game.
It's not a numbers game here. Yeah, we have goals and ambitions and we have numbers where we want to be, but it's not about putting stuff out the door. That it's just a numbers game. In here, it's quality over quantity. do 1 deal a week. We know that we can sit back on a Saturday and go, okay, we're not going to get a sore head with that. Whereas you could have one customer that's maybe got a problem you can fix. Imagine having to deal with 100 customers that have got a problem. It just becomes, the quality drops, but it's not about having 10 handovers on a Saturday.
No.
Because you
Like
can't. We give people the time and dedication that they deserve to do a handover.
I genuinely don't think you have time to do 10 handovers in a day here. With
think
how
what-
crazy it is.
One day right when he came back from holiday, I think I had 5 vans on a Friday. And I'm like, and it's not that.
You were in bed early that night, weren't you?
In bed early the night before. But you need to spend time with someone.
Yeah, of course you do.
The
Absolutely.
majority of our business is done over the phone.
Yeah.
Because where everybody is in the country, they can't come here, walk in like Motorpoint and run round and go,
Yeah.
I've got £350 a month, I want to get into a car.
You can't send it down to a
very-
dealership close to them as well,
They're
like
very
the Caddy those
specific
places.
on what they want because they're not cheap,
No.
but they're the best. So you need to take them through the controls because some people have never been in a Caddy
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Run them through the controls, give them how we would expect to be treated.
It's got to be a red carpet.
100%.
It's got to be
It's a red carpet, man. So
Yeah,
it's
it's got to be a red carpet, and we said it before, didn't we? Outside of your house, what's your next biggest purchase that you're ever going to make?
Your motor
It's your
vehicle.
car.
Or it could be your missus.
All right, it could be, yeah, it could be your missus. There's a good chance of that.
But we give
That's a regular ongoing thing.
there's people don't realise what goes into it.
Yeah,
And when people are buying vans, 9 times out of 10, it's a bucket list thing.
yeah,
for people to
absolutely.
do.
You've got your build in your head.
No, the fuss is there. Wow, I've got a TMG van.
Yeah,
We get people that come and they're gobsmacked. I remember Anton, we done the Ascot Grey repaint, white start line van.
yeah,
Right. Guy came to us and he went mad. Xenons, Ascot
I've seen
Grey.
it. Yeah,
he did
it's-
go in, Jordan, didn't
He went full hog
yeah,
and he came back and the boys done a video on him and it was like, I'm lost for words.
yeah.
But what we done was throughout the process was kept them up to date with pictures and stuff. And pictures are good, but it's nothing like actually
Nothing seeing
touching
it, touching it, tangible.
And when
is
he
it?
came in, he seen it and he walked around and he went, wow. And that guy, what did Jordan book in for eventually? I said, Xenons. I think
Initially, I set as Ennons.
booked in, and then he seen one of Anton's friends' vans outside and went, I want that. So we'd done him a tailored package, bang, 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 dropped his van off. 6 weeks later, came back and picked up his van.
Yeah.
And that's a van for life.
Of course it is. Yeah,
And
it's
he
a one-off
spent a
purchase.
lot
isn't
of
it?
money building his dream van. Because he said to us he wanted Ascot Grey. Not one of us said, why don't you
Yeah,
go
that's
Ascot Grey?
cool. He actually told us.
He
on
said,
didn't
I want that colour. I want blue pinstripes. I want blue calipers.
Yeah.
I want all of that to my van. We didn't have any input.
And as creative as I like to be, it's also cool to go, well, you know what, mate, you take a back seat here, this is what I want.
I actually had an Excel spreadsheet of every mod that I was going to do, how much it cost, and I was working my way through it. Do you know, like every payday I got some more money, and I was like, I can order them bits for it now. Every bonus I got, or
That's
a bit of money.
Through every bump.
I know, yeah, exactly.
That's what people
But that's
do.
what people do to these caddies. That's it. I think you've got your difference with the TMG. For me, you can come in here and you can buy a TMG van off the shelf. Essentially, it's not off the shelf, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It's one of yours that you've had on the shelf, and it's a banging caddy. But it's the other side of I can come into TMG and next month I can say, Anton Johnny booked me in for the hybrid bumper. The month after I can say, Anton Johnny booked me in for the Xenons. The month after I can say, seat conversion, lower it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, I'm coming in here and parting with
Don't need
20
to
odd
come here.
grand. I can part with
Exactly.
a couple of grand each month, or a couple of £100 each month, and work up to it.
That's
Some
exactly
people
what-
like doing that.
That's what we do, and then obviously on the last video when the guy Sean came in with the Black Mark 4, coming in doing bits and bobs.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of our business.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a TMG van to bring it here, and people think that's only what you can
No,
do.
no.
You can come here. We do carpet line, we do seat conversions, we do stealth
How many
packs.
seat conversions do we do a month now?
We do 2 or 3 a week,
Yeah. So.
but that's us pulled it back.
Yeah.
We used to do before Christmas, we were doing 1 a day, and it was like bang, bang,
It's
bang.
not fair on Steel.
It wasn't fair on the fitter, so that's why we pulled it back.
It's a graph that, in it.
But we're booked up now till middle of June.
Jeez.
And that's being kind of very strict with the diary. You pay for what you get. The seat conversions, you've obviously been here before, you've seen the full process. There is people out there.
That'd be cool to do a video on that, John. You have to come down when we do.
Yeah, I've not done this. I've not seen you do. I've seen the carpeting because we remember back in the day we offered the carpeting, free carpeting to a member. If you remember.
Yeah,
if you remember.
Do you know they came 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
they did. Yeah, Gary.
Yeah,
Gary came in.
They walked in and I was like, "What are you doing here?" And they said, "Oh, we're just passing." And it's like they live in Ireland, and they've put us on a stop on their way home, and they brought some gifts, some food for the boys, and it's like you can't buy that.
And
you can't.
Goes back to that community.
It's a community. You can't buy that.
Like you, friend.
She's walking around taking videos, posting it on her Facebook. It's flattering, to say the least. You've got obviously Lee that's come down from Scotland to buy all track arches. We've got a customer booked in on the start of June for a seat conversion from Belgium.
Oh yeah, you mentioned.
We also
that,
have as well. I think it's from Netherlands, a brand new Mark 5 coming. So he's seen us on the socials. He's probably. I've been talking to him for 6 months. So he's bringing a brand new Mark 5. We're doing the full works to it. At TMG, we cater for all budgets. So, for example, if you wanted heated seats in your Caddy now, you've got 2 options. So let's just say your seats aren't heated.
Yeah.
First of all, you've got to find heated seats, which let's just go OEM route.
Yeah.
You've got to find heated seats. So let's just say a nice set of Golf R seats, £1,000. So you're £1,000 in. Then you've got to have the looms made, which you're probably £200 in. So you're at £1,200. Then you've got to find the right panel for your dash. Depending on if it's a 4-button switch, they're £600 new. You don't really find them second hand.
Yeah.
So let's just say you're at 1,800. Then you've got the labour and coding. So you're a good part in excess of £2,000 to have heated seats in your Caddy. So, hiya John, yeah, you can have heated seats in your Caddy. The OEM route is £2,000. But however, we can reupholster your current seats or even leave your current seats as they are with a heated seat kit.
Yeah, the panels, I've seen those.
Correct. Yeah. They're £300, sir. Which one would you like? Well, I'm not really too fussed to just heated seats at the end of the day. So the customer opted for them. People are quick to make assumptions. It's all about, it's very budget dependent as well.
Yeah.
So if you look at one of our builds and see them heated seats fitted, it's not the end of the world. That's what the customer's requested because it's his budget.
Yeah.
He didn't have £2,000 or X amount of pounds to go the OEM route.
Well, obviously we discussed before about the Caddy that I was looking at buying before I bought this one, and we were discussing about the package that you was going to offer me, and it was going to be tailored towards my budget. Some of the things that I couldn't afford were going to be taken out and substituted for something that at that moment in time I thought was more important. For example, I wanted the virtual cockpit, I wanted the hybrids. Do you know but those things can be added to a list, and I think that is a massive thing, because it comes back to what we were saying before about if somebody turns up in our group and they've got £500, like Lou's, no disrespect to yours, like the 15-year-old work van, but you've done that build on a budget, and that doesn't mean any less should have be thought of you in our group of Caddy boys. It should be
prime
everyone.
Example, if he wanted heated seats, he's not going to come to me and go, oh, answer. Even if he did it himself, it'd still be upwards of £1,500 with the right seats and stuff. He'd rather probably put £300 in. It's just to keep his bum warm in the winter.
Exactly.
I'd do it. You'd do it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. People need to forget this whole perception of it costs hundreds of thousands of pounds to do X, Y, and Z. There's other budgets and there's other things out there that you can turn around and make it all happen.
But yeah, I think the budget friendly stuff is I think it's a big thing.
What you need to remember is, do you want it done properly or not? That's the be all and the end all. You can pay cheap, you pay twice. The £300 to get heated seats is still expensive, but it's done correct.
Yeah.
Does the job that it says on the tin. We can go and spend £2,000 and buy a panel at £600, but it's still the same thing. Everybody's budgets are different. We cater to everybody's budgets.
Yeah, the future plans and the trends for which way you see the Caddies going. Now, I've got my own theory on this, but I'm not as you know, like you guys
What's
are
your
probably
theory?
watching the. I just think that eventually that Mark V is going to start taking off a little bit more. I think it's going to have to, because I think you've got a.
Naturally, it will, because times evolve.
That's what I mean, and time evolved. But I think as well, there's some people out there, when we're talking about budgets and stuff like that, that want a relatively new van every few years, and eventually
Mark IVs,
Mark IV's going to be like the Mark III.
More than Mark Vs.
Yeah.
Because the Mark Vs, the platform is as opposed to the Mark IV, which is up here.
Yeah.
A high spec late Mark IV is correct with the correct specs is worth in any day of the week more than a Mark V.
But it's, at some point there's got to be a tipping point. Do you not think when a Mark IV becomes 10, 15-year-old work van, when it starts coming to that kind of age, do you not see it going to?
I see comments. People do comment and put, wow, 20 grand for a 10-year-old van or an 8-year-old van. But that's because it's a Mark IV again with the right spec. It's supply and demand. The Mark IV is way more in demand than the Mark V.
The Mark IV is the pinnacle of Caddies, though.
Correct. It's the last true Volkswagen.
I don't think you could get better than a high spec BlackBerry Mark IV tailgate Xenons.
I'll just give you the keys to.
Yeah, the 4 boxes.
That van, there's no better van out there.
Yeah, I know. I get that, but do you not think? So do you think it's going to be kind of, you know, like the old Volkswagen? Like people still love the T4 2.5 or 2.4. You know, PD engine.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a little bit like that? You see, where you get that die-hard.
I believe so.
You know, you get that die-hard. No, Mark IV.
Yeah.
And the Mark IIIs maybe. We start seeing the Mark IIIs. The original, like the 2005 was it, where it changed. Those start creeping up in value a little bit with lower mileage.
In terms of sales, I don't really speak to nowhere near as many people as I did before Johnny joined the team. Johnny now is sort of, if you buy a van, that's who you're going to deal with, Johnny.
Yeah.
You don't really speak to me. He doesn't really go on holiday, so I never really deal with sales and handovers now. I'm more involved in sort of the customisation, so I'll speak to you and go, yeah, let's do this and let's do that. But not going off topic, I still see the demand there.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So I do fully believe that, yeah, it will be exactly like you said, where people crave for them low mileage Mark IVs, even in 3, 4, 5 years to come.
Well, so you've seen it like the T6 and the 6.1 now. People are looking at those over the new Transporter, the multivan.
The 6.1s have just gone.
Yeah, because it's the T7 is the multivan, isn't it? And the Transporter it's just called the Transporter.
The new Transporter.
Yeah, the new Transporter.
Which is a Ford Custom.
Yeah, so you're seeing people. There's a lot of people on the forums when I see it in the Transporter stuff that are looking at T6 and 6.1 and buying those up to sort of last them over the next 10, 15 years, so they don't have to go into the.
I think with Mark IVs is a lot of people have Mark IVs as weekend cars, as show vans, not as work vans.
Yeah,
If you look at Mark IIIs, you cannot find a Mark III with less than 100k on it. That's in good condition.
That's in good
because there's none of them out there because they were used as work vans. Whereas Mark IVs, there's still ones. You've got a load of them with 20k.
Yeah, that one out there, 20k.
Loads of them, mate, in there. I don't know how they've all got ones, to be honest.
That one that you've got's a DSG 150 with 22k miles on it. That's only been that's not a work. No one's ever used that for work.
No, that's not.
That's not a work van. Someone's just used that and they've just took care of it.
Yeah.
So, but with these Mark Vs, like I sent you that lease deal the other day. You can get a lease deal. You can get a Mark V for like 150 quid a month on lease.
Really.
And it's like, I just don't.
So they're not.
It's too commercial, it's too broad, there's no speciality in it.
Unless you've got one like Dave Taylor's there that he's lumped an absolute load of money into, and it's thinking,
But that's what I'm saying. Is that not something that you think you're gonna do more of though?
It's catching on. It's catching on slowly but surely.
Like a TMG Mark V. You're gonna be TMG Mark Vs.
Well, we did that van a year ago. So that Mark V, we sourced that van brand new from Volkswagen, because we have obviously connections with Volkswagen. I sent Dave a list of 20 vans, all different colours and specs. He said, I want that one.
Nice colour.
He bought it directly from Volkswagen, brand new. It got delivered to us from Volkswagen. We customised it. He's had it a year, and what's he done, Johnny? 1,500 miles or something?
I think it's less than that.
So it's not a work van,
1,500 miles in it.
No, it doesn't. It's not a work van. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
But you compare the two.
They're both Dave Taylor's vans. So
are they?
Yeah. So that was his old van. He came in here one day and he said, "I think I'm going to sell my van." But he already had someone for it, so he's like, "Cool." Whereas before, you would have probably tried to talk him out of selling it because you go and what to replace it with. So then, as Anton said, you got him a spec list, got him a list of vans, and then Dave said, "Phone me when my van's done."
Yeah.
That's it.
Dave's van is coming back as well. We're just sort of doing we're looking at the realms and the options behind it, but that will be the first Caddy Mark 5 with a full GTI engine conversion.
That'll be unbelievable.
It's never been done. Anything can be done. Obviously, that is next in the pipeline, but more to your point about the Mark 5s, like you say, would there be a TMG Mark 5 and will it catch on? We've already been there and done it a year ago.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
That is the baddest Mark 5 in the UK.
It is a lovely Mark 5.
Every element of it, John. If you go onto Google, just put Caddy 5 GTI in TMG. It's got a full article on our website about it. We've been there, done it, we set the standard. We still, a year later, we still don't see one as good as it.
No, you won't. I'm just saying, do you think it's going to, that's going to be more?
Yeah,
and then,
over time.
Yeah, I think, I do, because I just think some people, like, I will drive a 10, 15-year-old van quite happily.
I can't take that serious.
No, the 50. But I will, because I love my old Caddy. In fact, there was a tear shed when it drove off the other day, because it's sentimental, that little thing. I wouldn't be doing any of this if I hadn't bought that van.
Correct.
So that's mad. But I just see that there's some people out there, like a few of my mates, that when a car or anything that they're into gets to 3, 4 years old, they shop it in. Eventually, you're not going to have
people that have that attachment with the car.
No.
Especially on the Mark 4s.
The business will eventually evolve. It's just time. It's always the same as everything.
You'll be looking for clean Mark 4s, won't you?
That's all we do every day, mate.
That's all we do. Yeah, I think that's us. That's the future plans. That's the future development. Obviously, every month we grow. We've changed dramatically since you've last came.
Yeah. And that wasn't even that long ago.
From when you first to when you last, so I think it'll be even better. It'll be even better when the body shop's open. The show
taking over.
Foundations are there.
Foundations were there 5 years ago. Paving the way.
You buy the best ones, you sell the best ones, you sell the best parts, and you do the best content.
And we've got the best team.
Right, that is the first ever TMG
interview,
podcast, or whatever you want to call it. Is there anything that you need me to put in the links? TMG.shop.
TMGvans.shop.
TMGvans.shop.
TMG Specialist Vans.
TMG Specialist Vans. We'll put links in the description if you want to check out any of the products that TMG sell. If you want to book your van in to be TMG'd, or if you want to buy a TMG van, there will be links in the description. You know Anton and Johnny are all the groups.
Follow the TikTok.
Follow the TikTok. We'll follow Lou Patterson on TikTok. Lou, what is it?
Lou.patt. Lou.pat.
Lou.pat on the TikToks. But yeah, like I say, even if you just want to come and have a look at the vans, Anton and Johnny, the team up here are really accommodating. They'll have you in, they'll show you around. Like we said, Gary Hall and Elsie from Ireland that won the competition for the carpeting, and they've just come back over and had a mooch around the vans.
On the back of that, John, we'll do another group giveaway for a carpeting, so because it's our first thing, you've come down here, took your time out, we'll give it back to the members, so launch a competition. Right,
we've got permission then. We will do another carpeting giveaway. Is that what we're going for?
Correct, yeah.
Carpeting giveaway, so I'll have to think about how that looks, and I'll release that on the Caddy Boys group. So if you're not in the group, join the Caddy Boys group. Yeah, because that's where the giveaway will be. It'll be run from there. It'll be announced from there. Remember, like, share and subscribe as well, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cool. Cheers.